Hello.
Just forward.
Welcome to
The next
episode
of Skating Walk.
Yay! PBs or bust. All right, you don't PB, you're out. You're off the fucking team. All right.
Here could not be any worse. Perfect. Hello everybody, it's vlog time. It's Victor, I'm back. I've been making 2 of these vlogs already this season, but I think we should have a vlog with the actual skating in it. Right now is the most exciting time of the year if you ask me. We have the World Cups coming up in a month and a half. We finally started the high intensity training on ice. I'm still here with Sophia in Utah, the US, with our fast team. And this is really the time where we put in the intensity, cut some of the volume, and do more and more ice skating. So I figured that could be super interesting for you guys to see what we do in the actual ice season. And I'm just going to take you through everything. The week's about to start. It's Monday morning, 7 a.m. We got to sleep in, which is super nice. And we are basically ice skating once a day. And then we are either biking or weightlifting or doing some next level painful dry land. I'll take you through all of it, and yeah, I just hope you will find some joy in watching that, and let me know in the comments if there's things that you enjoy or things that you would want to see more of in the next video. This is Monday morning. Hey, the princess is awake. I would think so. Yeah, we should probably point out Sophia, if you don't know already, is more of a sprinter, middle distance. I'm a long distance skater. So whereas in the summer we do the same things, just different intensities, this time of the year we do very different things. If we start out, I have a 2-hour bike ride in the morning because we had a recovery week. So we work in 2.5 blocks of hard training, 3-4 days of chill, rest, almost no training, and then get back at it, trying to revive the nervous system and get a little more sleep and full rest so that we can still be efficient. And close to full rest. And yeah, so this for me is a bike ride in the morning just to wake up the legs, get them going again, and then a lot of laps in the afternoon to find good skating, starting out with some easier ones and then adding more speed, more laps.
And I'll have some technical things in the morning, and in the afternoon we have a lot of like mix of different things, but mostly focus on preparation for Tuesday workout where we have all out laps. So sit very low and like feel the speed. It'll be fun.
We are in the US right now, sort of our winter home a little. Salt Lake City. We're living literally in the mountains. 1,500 meters of altitude. And we live at this place called Novel in a part of Salt Lake City in Utah. It's called Daybreak, and I really like that place.
It's amazing.
It is pretty incredible. Our rent is weirdly cheap, and it comes with a gym, a pool, have parking right there, and it is less than 15 minutes from the ice rink. So that's really a perfect scenario. Super grateful for that. And that's where we're gonna spend most of the winter when we're not abroad traveling for the World Cups. Now it's just time to get to work, right?
We'll see you.
Monday morning. Wake up the legs, 2-hour bike ride. My favorite fellow Dane, until Sophia gets her citizenship, of course. Nice and flat. Beautiful views. Keeping it steady and fun. This week we have most of our rides in the morning and the ice sessions in the afternoon, imitating a little bit of a World Cup schedule, and it's nicer that way. The body's more awake later in the day. Usually we do it the other way around, so it'll be interesting. But let's pedal. Also, you already know this. I take ketone shots for all my rides. I drink one before, then about every hour, every 90 minutes to ride. Especially for these ones, so I can save some fuel for skating. Cheers! That was the first ice workout of the week. We had a lot of laps. First we started with 2 10-lappers, super easy just to feel the ice again because we've been off ice for a couple of days, 3-4 days even. That was a little funky. Mondays, when you haven't been on ice on a Sunday, is always a little weird because you need to find that feeling again. It's so particular. It's not like you used to from inline skating or other sports where you can like get the legs going. So even though we had the ride, just still takes a while just to figure out how to skate again, even though I feel like I've done it for a little while. And then we had a 25-lapper straight just to get used to being in the position for so long. That's a 10K, the longest distance we do. Did those at 32s. It's just a little group, 3 people. Kind of nice, taking lots of leads. I think it's really good because then you know how to skate in the front, and speed skating is a time trial sport, so you do a lot of laps in the front. And then we did an 18-lapper, about 8 kilometers, where 3 laps a little faster at 30 seconds per lap, inner outer, and then 3 laps at 33 seconds per lap, inner outer, which was kind of fun, getting some speed there. And finish with just a 3-lapper at 5K pace, a little race prep for tomorrow, because then we'll have a killer of a workout at race pace.
What's up, y'all? It's Tuesday. I'm about to hit the bike. Today we have a workout called an index workout. Those are cool, not the most fun in the moment, but they're great for measuring where you're at training-wise. So it's really just repeated efforts at a very specific race pace. So for me, I usually do 5K or 10K indexes, meaning, say it's a 5K, which it is today, this afternoon, I will go for 4 laps at a time and then have 700 meters of rest, which is very little when you come into it at high speed, and then just continue with those another 4 laps, 700 meters rest, another 4 laps, and basically keep that going at our intended 5K pace. So we're hoping for 29.5 seconds per lap. Ice is a little slower sometimes, then we go a little slower, or vice versa. If it's faster, the better air pressure, we increase the speed by 0.2 or take it down a notch to 30.0. And inner outer, all the like race specifics with the hood on, really just to dial in the skating, how it feels in a race. And it's super cool because that little rest, we can do more. I think the highest we've gotten up to is 18 laps for the 5K and 50 laps for the 10K, where we do chunks of 8 to 9 laps at a time. So that's super cool. Love doing those VO2 max workouts, so physically we really benefit from it as well. That also takes out a lot of effort, and we have to prepare for those as if it is a race. So today I'll just go for an easy 1 hour spin with a few XLs, which is basically what I do on a race day in the morning before the races, and fuel up, do my whole thing the way I would do it for a race, give it all on the ice. After that, we take some rest, and then we have some pretty intense intervals. So it's really a big day, which is also why yesterday there was no high intensity, and tomorrow is going to be another massive day of laps. So this is really where we put in the work.
Now, when I say I do this workout as if it was a race, meaning I prepare the same way, warm up the same way, it's about an hour of warm up, and it also means I take the same kind of supplements and food, which is basically all of this either during or before. It's pretty wild. This thing up here is 25 grams of bicarb, super uncomfortable, but a great buffer. Creatine, I do that anyways. Then I got some energy here from Power Bar gel. This thing, Plasmate, is pine bark extract. So basically just facilitates oxygen into the muscles, which is pretty essential. And then this guy right here, HNY Plus, energy gel, raw honey with caffeine in it, just to, you know, be cognitive there and have that fuel throughout the day. Does it work, so? Are you scared of this workout a little?
Tastes a little like a tree.
It does not. It tastes like orange. Let's go. As for the ketones, I do take 3 shots for this workout. 1 before, 60 minutes prior, so when we get to the rink. 1 in between my index race effort and then the intervals we have after. And then 1 after the workout. We just finished. Was that the biggest workout of the week, Josh?
Definitely.
We really hope so. It was hard. It was the index thing was just 4 laps of 5K pace, solo, over and over and over with just a minute and a half rest, a minute rest. I did 19 laps. That's the PB for me with a 29.6 average, which is nice. That's exactly my 5K PB pace, but more laps. And then we did a ton of intervals in a group though. But yeah, 2 laps on, 1 lap off, 10 sets of those. So 20 laps with an average speed of, what do you think, Josh? 27 high? That's fast. High 27s, which for me is almost my flying lap. So we're cooked, but happy about that. Not the best air pressure, but best times this season, or one of the best times ever, actually. So it's some motivation to get the weightlifting done. That was a 3-hour workout. We're only just getting started.
Good morning. It's very early. He always films me very early.
Why is it so early, so?
Because we have to go for training.
Yes. 'Cause we want to be great. It's a Wednesday, and Sophia's skating in the morning and the afternoon because she really likes to skate a lot.
No, but I will.
And I'll be doing some fitness stuff. I got a 1-hour jog followed by a 1-hour bike ride. That's the thing we've been doing a lot this season, the combo workout, especially because the jog is nice. It's more of a dynamic touch, engaging other muscles. So I do that. I can't do more than 2.5 hours per week because that's where the injuries will start to appear. It's just more bouncing, more impact, and I haven't been running so much basically my entire life, so don't do too much of that. And then yeah, just quick transition. Today I'll be heat training, which is a thing we've been doing for 3-4 months by now, using a core sensor that measures the core body temperature. By increasing that a lot, talking like 3 hours of discomfort per week for a couple of months, you will simply just create more blood plasma, and that'll make you stronger, more air in the blood, more air into the muscles, and you can go for longer. So, and obviously you're gonna be better at training in the heat. We do it for the purpose of skating faster. Pretty uncomfortable, but I'll be doing that today. It's still 29 Celsius outside, so I think all it'll take for me to get overheated is probably just a long sleeve shirt or maybe a little rain jacket on top of that. Afternoon is a heavy set of laps on the ice, followed by a really nasty dryland session that I'll take you with for.
Yeah, so that heat training thing is no joke. Today I managed to get my core body temperature up to basically 39 degrees Celsius, which is brutal, even though it's just an hour and 4 minutes. But honestly, the science backing this up is great, so that's why we do it. Not sponsored or anything, but it's a nice thing. It's super cheap, basically free. You just get a little monitor that can tell you the temperature. I am already a little earlier than usual heading to the ice rink to do an episode of the podcast YouTube show that I do with my coach and super good friend Mitch Whitmore. It's called GSN, the Global Skating Network. So if you haven't checked that out, look that up. It's basically just us sharing a lot of cool content on skating, inline, short track, and long track. And we do episodes about every 2 weeks. That's just our new show where we share everything that happened on the stage of skating, and also everything that happened behind the curtains, kind of behind the scenes, all the insider info we get, because we're, I would say, a big part of the community, and that's a lot of fun. And today we're doing a special with Ryan Shimabukuro, the US national team head coach. Dead, but we made it through the workout. It was a 14 lapper steady, 32.0 probably, and then 10 times 4 laps with short rest, which was hard. It's like focused on sitting low in these sessions, almost like dryland on ice, but still close to 10k pace. And then on shoes after, 2 times 5 minutes of turn build. That's a PB. These are my teammates. Angelo.
We're going to Supas.
Nicholas. Where are we going?
Supas.
Yes. The best place to eat.
Yeah. Salads and everything.
Everything. What? I didn't see you there, Soph. On days where we train little or no training is really just to do all the other things when it comes to being an athlete, working on sponsor negotiations, planning future trips, future training camps, the World Cup circuit. There's a lot of stuff going on when you're your own manager and agent as well. Super cool where we live. This place called Mellow Daybreak, they have offices and they're pretty sweet. And yeah, it's a 50-meter walk from our apartment, so we go here and get a cup of coffee, and then we spend a handful of hours just like planning things. Yeah, money does not make itself, and skating is a very pricey sport, especially with all the traveling. We don't get basically any help from the Danish Skating Federation, which makes it a little harder, but we are super fortunate to have sponsors that make this possible, and they're the reason we skate fast. So in the end, hopefully it all works out. After probably 6 hours behind the laptop, 3 hours of fighting with the Danish Skating Federation, that's tough, and 3 hours of kind of fun stuff, chatting with different sponsors and making plans for cool content and cool ways to share the products that I use and love. But after all that, the sunset bike ride is pretty sweet, and heading back, that residence place we live at, Novel, they often like bring food trucks out there, so I'm gonna go straight back to food trucks. That'll be nice. Now I'll head home, do my self-care routines, work a bit on my shins with the tent. Those are on fire. I think it's from the jog, even though I'm pretty chill at it, or it could be some of the weightlifting. 30 years old, sometimes you get sore. And then I'll try and calm down a little with the Neurovisor. It has a lot of chill programs, so make use of those when I have the time. Friday morning, 7 a.m. What's happening, Soph?
Happening. He feels me too early again. We're going on ice, do some fast things. Today's a race prep before tomorrow's time trial. So exciting.
So even though we are racing tomorrow, it's kind of a weird mix of like, obviously we want to skate fast, but we're also super tired. So today is sort of almost like what we would do before a race, except more efforts. So usually I would do a quarter of the distance at the pace. Today I'll probably do half the distance twice. And Sophia's gonna do an all-out 100-meter start.
2 times.
Not a lot of people do that before 8 a.m. That's pretty crazy. And then we have a bike ride in the afternoon, simply just 1 hour. Tomorrow, the race. Obviously, we're gonna skate the race, and then we're gonna go. I'm gonna hop on the bike, do some all-out sprints, and then we'll have weightlifting after that also. So it's gonna be a whole. How many hours are we gonna spend at the rink tomorrow? Or spend training?
Many hours.
So I think almost any athletes have sort of like some routines leading up to races, even though this is not a serious race, or it's all serious but not an important race. We have.
I don't understand if it's a cornflakes on top of the ice cream. It is a cornflakes. Cornflakes.
Oh boy. Now that is some very serious carb loading. Oh. Live from the second race of the season, time trials in Salt Lake City, and Sophia over there, fresh as ever, just skated the second fastest 1500 meter in the world, I think, this year. And I skated the second fastest 5K. So we can't be sad about it. I had a 6:25.4, pretty flat race, kept a couple of 29s and then in the O's. So happy about that. That's what we practiced. Training, I was pretty dead going into it, but skating, yeah, kept it together. And Sophia, you can see her shoes. She broke. She 500 and 1500 meter Danish national record. So that was cool. Lots of PBs for the whole team. This guy. And a lot of others. So racing is fun. We try and skate as much as we can. It's a different feel when you put the hood on. There's an actual gun going, and even though it's not ideal here at practice, we don't have pairs often. We don't have good ice for sure. It's cold in here. It's super nice when you then get to the World Cups and all of a sudden conditions are better. You're tapered, you're fresh, and you feel like a superhero. So just getting used to skating while not feeling great, not good conditions, makes it much nicer to skate once you're fly and the conditions are super. So now I'll head out on the bike, do 10 times 15 seconds all out sprints, which is pretty rough, and then straight into the gym after. So hard morning. Tomorrow is fully off, so I look forward to that. Just leaving it all out there. We got this week one more hard week, and then I'm getting close to prepping for racing and prepping for being fast. But today was not bad. 6:25, happy about that. A little more than a second faster than a few weeks ago, and Soph killed it. So we're stoked. Post race, I did my bike intervals. They were pretty painful.
And spec.
Wow. So what do you get for racing fast? It's the one bite. We made it through the week, guys. I had my 5K and I had my bike intervals 10 times between 1,000 and 1,150 watts average for 15 seconds, 10 times. A minute 45 rest, and then I met up with Soph and the rest of the squad in the gym. And I did some many rep stuff, lunges and single leg up downs, split squats. What do you do, so?
I raced my 515, obviously.
National records?
Both. And after we did some explosive jumps, and then we went to the weightlifting and did some cleans, explosive squats, and some other things.
Yeah, it's we tried to not be super dead before the race, so yesterday was obviously easy, but it also meant we had to do some work after racing. So today was a lot of high load for the nervous system. So now we just recover, have good pizza.
Yeah, tomorrow's rest, so
Yes.
looking forward to it.
Beta-alanine. Thanks guys for watching. Yeah, we're super curious too if you have any questions. Should we vlog some more stuff?
Write them in the comment and Victor will answer them at some point.
Or Soph?
Yeah, maybe.
She's too cool for you guys. She's too cool for me also. No, thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you for the next vlog. Let's eat. If you want to join Sophia and I for 2.5 days of skating workshop, we're gonna come back to Duluth and also Minneapolis. It's gonna happen on May 16th to May 18th and May 23rd to May 25th, 2025. Still spots available for both camps. It's gonna be super fun. All levels are welcome, and we just look forward to skating with all you guys and sharing some cool skating knowledge.